Okay, we should be live. Check in. You coming through okay? And the stream seems to be stable. Oh. Right, so back into Elite Dangerous tonight. I think I might start off with some exploration actually. We've been doing a bit of the Empire rank recently and I fancy a little change. Unless the Fargoys have suddenly started attacking any stations again, then it's going to take a little bit of work to get that last Empire rank. So a slight change seems in order. Yeah, everything seems a-okay. Okay, so let's just check where we are with things. Oh, Imperial Naval promotion to Marquis. We're not going to get either of them. 200 arc. Ooh, that's very nice. Right, so let's just see. We are 8% through Marquis. We have nothing in our cargo hold. We have no outstanding transactions. Okay, well, let's just see if there's any donation missions. No, they don't require me to go anywhere. Oh, outbreaks, you say? That's shifting an awful lot of units for what will then end up not being an awful lot of cash. That's much nicer. That's a single run. Although if I remember rightly, yeah, 18,000 light seconds. Not bad at all in the scheme of things, but no, not necessarily as quick as some can be. Oh, we have a donation, so we'll do that. Okay. So that's all cool. However, actually that may have just taken us up to 9%. Nope, still 8. Right, so if we're going to go do some exploration, we are going to need to head home to Rethet. So we should go do that. It's just 4 jumps. So we'll start with a trip back to SilmarUK to Desra. And we'll take things from there.
Detachment sequence complete. Please exit the station safely and promptly.
Actually, there's a couple of things we can do as well. We could do some surveying. Go see places and do some surveys. I'd like to find out if there are any good potential hotspots outside the bubble for mining.
Frameshift drive charging.
We might do a bit of that.
You will now clear up
Okay, so I don't really have to refuel,
Fuel scooping.
but you should get into the habit of doing so. It's a good habit to have. So there are interesting things, and they are quite a ways out. But we won't be visiting any of them.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's a red dwarf. We can scoop there as well.
Four, three, two,
Oh, an explored system. Oh, why we scoop?
fuel scooping.
Hey. No planets shown up in the center below, so that probably means all the planets are around the other stars, which is some distance away. Yep. Well, some distance is not actually that much. But none of that looks particularly interesting.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
So,
fuel scooping.
alright, just scoop. Okay. So, question is, we could map that. That's just a high metal content. That's just a high metal content. So that would be a possibility for mapping. Shimra to Desra is only 10 light years away, which means we can't sell the data there.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. Well, a single Earth-like is not going to make us tons, so we'll skip that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay.
Four, three, two,
I might check EDDB for something while we're doing all this. Let's bring that up there. Okay, so Anderson Memorial. There it is. Home base.
Fuel scooping.
Me and
Fuel scooping
lots of other
complete.
commanders. I'm just wondering what military grade fabrics are doing in terms of commodities. Because they were selling for a rather nice profit before. I'm just interested to see if that's still the case. Looks to be that way. Potential 11,000 credit a ton profit max on EDDB. Intriguing. Ooh. Classified scan fragment. So yeah, it's interesting. Metal alloys have the biggest profit margin in any group. Good. But polymers, military grade fabrics and survival equipment are all very high, from 9,000 to 11,000 credits a ton. Okay, we'll scan them as well. Right, another thing I want is I do want to find a data broker. What are you? Okay, before we pop in, let's see, is there anything interesting? Not really. Although, funnily enough, that's lined us up all right. Let's pick up the pace bit. Just seeing if I can find a data broker. Material trader. Okay. It tells me they've got material traders. It doesn't tell me what type of material trader. Slightly disappointed. I need to use... Wow. That alignment was nigh on perfect.
DeLacy, Tango, Hotel, Echo. Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking.
I better ask permission to come in.
Access granted. Please head directly for Bay 3-2.
Slowed down a little bit too late there.
This facility offers a range of services. Check your information on www.details.
Cool. Okay.
Docking successful. Ground crew dispatched. You are most welcome, Commander.
First order of business is just to get all of these bits and pieces sorted out and check if there's anything here that we can hand in. There we go. And we just see if there's anything interesting on the boards. Which unfortunately there isn't really. Okay, so we want to go into outfitting. We want to fit the ship for range. Okay. So if I went with a 6D shield generator, would that be any lighter? Just 16 tons. Okay. Right, we've got a frame shift booster. We want to put that into storage. We want to put a 7A fuel scoop on this baby. For the explorations. Yeah, shield cell banks are 20 odd tons, so we want to store all of those. We want the planetary vehicle. If we're going to explore, we might want to be able to repair ourselves. I'm not intending to be out for a really long time, but one never knows if Wanderlust will take one. So do I have any AMFUs? No, it doesn't look like it. So AFMs, sorry, it's been a while. Auto Field Maintenance Unit. Note, they don't have a weight, because they are meant to really be used by explorers who are always looking to have their ships as light as possible. So we'll have two. The reason you put two in, now I might want to do some searching for mining options. So actually, do I have a Prospector Olympic controller? I do, but I only have a 3A engineered. So we'll go for a 1A. That means we're going to be carrying some limpets. Let's just see. There isn't really a problem with just filling the rest up with cargo racks. Yeah, until you put something in a cargo rack, it weighs nothing. All of those will weigh something. So right now, we just want to take a look at our ship stats. So we now have a 48 light year jump range. And that was okay before a number of the modifications. That's not really that great. So we are going to do more extensive alterations. First order of business, we are going to store that. Because that's for reinforced. Then we're going to look to get ourselves another shield generator. But in this case, we will be going for a 6D. Now, in terms of my shields, that's a bit of a drop, but that's not too bad. The main thing for these is to give me enough time to run away. Right, utility mounts. All those shield boosters, they weigh stuff. So they have to be stripped off and stored. Right. So I go back into my core modules. $50 light year jump range now. Okay. Now, these items here, power distributor, so on and so forth, they will be having a big impact. Same with thrusters, so we need to drop some of these. So we want to store this. Now it automatically has to put that in there, and we want to replace that with an 8D. Okay. Now we've got 7A thrusters. My lovely thrusters. And we got a massive power plant. So let's just double check the internals. Yeah, we've dropped all of those. What's the shield saying now? 397, because we haven't got all those shield boosters on there. That's minimum shields. So core, so we now need to store this. And then we want to go into our shop and get ourselves that one. Now, weapons wise, we need to store a number of these. I'm not going to fly with no weapons. We don't have the power anymore to support this loadout. So we need to start afresh. And I mean, that gun there, that weighs 9 tons. So we're now getting up to jump range in the 60s. Which is cool. Sorry, my ears just playing up a bit there. What's the weight on one of these? 1.31, so not huge. Okay. Right, sorry. Right. So. Can we go with our... our stored multi-cannons? Will they be too much? That's not too bad. Okay. I'm not intending to fight the Fargoys, I can say that much. That gives us 60.1 and some capacity to defend ourselves. Sorry, just my ears playing up a bit. Um, right. Now we currently, 60.1 light years. Now if I want to bring on board some limpets, that would give me a jump range of 57.97. Not happy with that. Right. We are going to first thing we're going to do in the remote workshop okay. Do I want to do that? Might help a bit. I don't think so. Now the engines. Yeah. We're not actually affecting the mass of the engines, so we're not affecting okay. That will hopefully help. We've got 8D lightweight scanners anyway. Right. Okay. So, I think we've done what we can in terms of getting this lightweight, but I'm not going to bother with the prospector limpets. I know I want to look for mining sites, but it's going to hit the jump range too much. So we'll just store that. Okay. Right, so some basic work to improve the jump range on the ship. Right. Let's just see. Show me Polaris. It should be permit locked. There we go. Requires Polaris system permit, yeah. So we'll highlight this one, and what we're going to do is put the power play map on. Yeah, that's outside the bubble. Okay, so that'll be our first destination. And along the way, what we're going to do is, let's see, I've got the fuel scoop, so we can use jet cone boosts if they're available, although that close to the bubble, I don't believe it will be. Of course, we're in the power play map, so the actual map, please. Realistic? We may as well do realistic for this. Cool. So out of interest, that's just 8 jumps. Right, so one thing we might want to consider as well is more fuel. So we're at 60.19. If I go and put another 32 tons of fuel in, which will double my fuel capacity. Doesn't weigh anything. Well, that's lovely. Well, in that. Wait a second. Before we assume that that's not going to weigh anything, let's just check. We're at 60.19. Refuel all. We're at 58.05. Okay. So it does have an impact. But I would like to have the fuel. So. There we go. That has very much altered things. We're still 8 jumps. Okay. Let's go have a play, shall we? Right. Genesis is only playing up slightly, so.
Exit the station quickly and safely.
Okay, well the dirty dry thrusters are doing quite well.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, before we do anything, we haven't set our fire groups.
Clear of the station. This is traffic operations signing off.
And we need to set the priorities of things. Actually leave those powered up. That's kind of cool. Okay, that's cool. Right, now I'm comfortable with the idea of actually jumping into things. So, White Dwarf, no surprise there. Yay, the white dwarf. Right, so our target is 78.4 light years. So we have to... Ooh, that's pretty. So...
System scan complete.
Okay. So we want to pick the end of the white dwarf we're going to go for carefully. This end here seems to be the wisest option. Been a little while since I've done this. Okay.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Thank you.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right.
Four, three, two, one.
And another white dwarf. Okay, what do we got in this system? Ooh. Well, this is still in the bubble. Although, to be honest with you, it's not bad. But we're still in the bubble, so we're not going to. Right? Do I want to go down here? We'll try for it. Okay. Watching my heat, make sure if that starts to spike, I've got too close to the exclusion zone.
Safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Always be conservative around a white dwarf or a neutron star.
Frameshift drive charging.
You don't want to do anything foolish.
Four, three, two, one.
Okay. Unexplored system.
Fuel scooping.
Ooh, I like this fuel scoop. Uh-huh. I don't think we'll bother with that.
Fuel scooping complete.
Seem to be having problems connecting to my own chat. Sorry, just want to make sure that things are working. Yeah, okay, so not sure what was going on there, but oh, before I do anything, are we actually outside of the bubble now? Right, I don't think we're quite outside of the bubble. Oh, we are, really? Okay, yeah, I'd say we're now out of the bubble. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we'll start, if we get any gas giants with rings that are reasonably close, we'll start looking for hotspots.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping.
So nothing really of any interest.
Fuel scooping complete.
Off we go then. We're going to travel around and look for mine hotspots.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, system scan complete. Fuel scooping.
We can tell that that means that there are no planets. There you go.
Fuel scooping complete.
Cool down.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Ooh. Binary system. Fortunately, not a close binary system.
fuel scooping.
interested. Okay, so just 4,000 light seconds from the jump-in point. And this is even closer. Right, so those worlds... Okay, I think we will head away from the main star, use the FSS. So that'll be the third partner. And if we look back here, yep, there's the second, there's the main one, all very pretty. Right, so FSS. Okay. I see. Ah. Alright, we'll just scan a few bits. Hold on. Cool. What are you? Ah. I want to be careful here. We don't want to be having to scan a load of asteroid belts. Okay. What we got here? 85% of the system has now been scanned. %89% of the system has now been scanned. What's that? Just the degraded emissions. Oh, aha! What do we got here? There it is.
System scan complete.
Okay. Right. So now we can see that this is a amateur content world, no terraformable, not worth my while scanning all of that lot. Is worth my while taking a look at those. That's ABCD1 and ABCD2. Right, so if we go to the ORI, ABCD1 and ABCD2 are on opposite sides of the system at the moment. So yeah, we're going to be doing a bit of flying around. Fair enough. Okay. Right, that's okay. The only thing with my tinnitus plays up a bit is that even when it calms down again, I still think I can hear it when I might not be able to. Damnably annoying. So one of the questions we're trying to answer is simply, do you find mining hotspots outside the bubble? You should, given my understanding of the game. And we know that things like double painite hotspots are the most profitable thing in the game, probably. So the question then becomes, we've mapped double painite hotspots in the bubble, and found about 6 or so of them. But maybe if we start extending it out, we could find more. This is out of the depths of the system, isn't it? Here we are. So we want to come in so that we can see the rings better. Let's just see if that helps things. Right. Okay, so we can see that there's a couple of rings. If we come here and we look at the information we already have, there's a metal rich and there's an icy. So in many ways this is, you know, ideally we would be looking you know, maybe for pristine metallic, so that we can maybe see if we, that might not influence double painite hotspots. Right, and in terms of things, we're only interested. That might miss actually. Yeah, that's gonna
Surface
miss.
scan complete.
Right, there is a hotspot. Oh, we actually hit the planet. Good thing you have infinite probes, eh? Just trying to get the inner ring. At this distance, I'm missing it. I'll end up mapping the planet properly at this rate. Right. Let's get closer. That should be close enough. There we go.
Surface scan complete.
Right, so if we look in here, void opals and grandiodites. Well now, void opal hotspot. Those are not uncommon, and you certainly wouldn't have to come out all this way to find yourself a void opal hotspot. That would be a waste of time. You know, we'll take a little look. So, simple answer to the question, are there mining hotspots outside the bubble, is yes. Yes, there are. Bring it a little way away. There we go, there's those hotspots. Both in the outer ring. Okay, so we now want to head here. Now this part of the system, we also have another metal rich and icy. So again, might not really be worth it. So of course pristine reserves. We'll go and take a look and then we'll do a few more. Okay. Right. Background volume seems better. Thought it was looking a bit quiet on the audio meters, but oh. So we'll map this one. Out of interest, how far are we from our actual endpoint? 2 jumps. Okay. And we're starting to get a bit closer. Right. Cool, well, it looks like we're coming to the rings at a good angle. That's convenient. So we'll slow down a bit more. So there is 2 rings. Okay, I think this will do. Will that get the inner? Will it miss? Got the inner.
Surface scan complete.
Okay. So, no hotspots in the inner ring.
Surface scan complete.
Lots of hotspots in the outer ring. Interesting. Okay. So, we got void opals, we got low temperature diamond. Looking at some of these distances, we can see. Let's just go back into here because it's easier to show. That seems to have a bit of an overlap, so that's a slight double. We've got a real double one over there. Pretty good double there, but that's brilliant. Now, we come out. and we look here and we look at the distances, we can tell where the doubles are. So yeah, that's an Alexandrite and the Granny Diorite. Yep, so a slight double there. Void Opal over there on its own, so this isn't perfect, but low temperature diamond. Okay, so that's a low temperature diamond all on its own there. So that big one over there is probably, yeah, just these. Oh no. Low temperature diamond. Okay. Hi, Subsonic. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are well. Doing a little bit of exploring this evening, and also looking to see if maybe if we might stumble across something like a double painite hotspot outside the bubble. Not too far outside the bubble.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm wondering if things like the double void opal hotspots or triple painite hotspots exist. Still working on your Fed rank? Yeah, well, I've got one more Empire rank to go. I decided after the last few sessions where I focused on that, I would take a bit of a break this time. So,
Fuel scooping.
we will see. Good luck with the Fed rank, of course. Even though it is, of course, Fed rank. Right. Nothing interesting. So yes, I've stripped some stuff out of the Anaconda. And we now have about 60 jump year light range. 60 light year jump range. Oh, Subsonic, I don't know if you're interested at all, but first round of LaveCon tickets go on sale tomorrow night. If that is of any interest, you might want to keep an eye on that. Could have done with the 2 times rep being go for a little longer. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. It's a bit of a slog, the rep grind. I do sympathise. Right. LaveCon, yes. First round of gold and platinum tickets go on sale tomorrow night, 7 PM GMT. The first round of bronze and silver tickets will go online Friday night, I believe, 7 PM GMT. Have you ever been? So we're around Polaris, which we can't, of course, get into. Oh, we're just going to scan a few systems here for hotspots. Mining hotspots specifically. Ooh, that's not bad at all. Well done. Right, well I'll be going for my 4th time this year. And I know a number of members of the colony will be going. Colo should hopefully be there herself. It should be really cool. Do you know how it all works in terms of ticketing? And if you don't, would you appreciate a quick explanation at all?
Fuel scooping.
Whoa. Okay, nothing to scan for in terms of... And yeah, no undiscovered, so we'll pick another system. No idea, yes, that would be great. Okay, so there's basically 4 types of tickets: bronze, silver, gold and platinum. I think it goes something along the lines of bronze allows you to attend the event and attend any of the talks or things that are held. Silver allows you to have lunch at the venue. Gold allows you to stay at the hotel which it's hosted in. There's plenty of other places around the hotel to stay, but best of all is if you can get a room at the hotel, because it is a bit out in the countryside, so there might be taxis involved in getting back to wherever you're staying if you're not at the hotel itself. It also entitles you to breakfast and dinner. Platinum is the same as gold, but gives you some treats as well. The thing is, they never sell out of bronze and silver tickets. So if you miss the golds or the platinums, if that's what you fancied, not a big deal. There's plenty of places to stay. It's just outside Northampton. Plenty of people who attend the event are not staying at the hotel itself. But the gold and platinum tickets are sold in 2 rounds. The first round will go online 7 PM GMT tomorrow, before Christmas, and it's the first time that's happened, being before Christmas. The second round will be in a month or 2 later, but what they do is they sell the first round, and they're still confirming who's going to be volunteering at the event, and they give those people hotel rooms. So once they know how many hotel rooms have been taken from the first round and the volunteers, they will put the second round of tickets up. The gold and platinum tickets go quickly when they go on. Last January, when they went on the first round, they were gone in 2 hours, but I had no problem picking up a ticket for me and a mate in the first few minutes. So if you're interested, I mean, last year the gold ticket was about, what would it be, close to £200, which is being there on the Saturday, staying over the Saturday night, being there on the Sunday, meals and such like. And we paid another £30 to stay on the Friday night. So, let me just get you a link. Right, cool. There's the link. Let me post that. That's the page to keep an eye on. Not showing any tickets yet, but tomorrow you'll start to see a load of tickets appear from 7 o'clock. And I will be going to get a gold ticket, is my plan. The actual dates, they are on the page. It's the 3rd to the 5th of July. So really, it's Saturday the 4th and Sunday the 5th of July. But there are people who will be turning up on the Friday afternoon, Friday evening. And if you can, that's the best. We did that for the first time last year, and it works. Because you're not driving down on the Saturday morning and trying to get there in time. Right. So let us pick another system to drop into. And if you enjoy Elite, then it's absolutely worth it, and it's a fun time even without that. But if you like Elite in particular, it's definitely worth it. And that is my sales pitch for LaveCon this time. Alright, if you're in Ibiza, of course you won't be able to go. And obviously if you're... Sorry, I'm just about to... Yeah, if you're paying for holidays abroad, you might not also be able to afford LaveCon, but definitely give it a look.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Ooh, I've not been here before.
fuel scooping complete.
Okay. Now we head away from Polaris and we'll just go to that one next. What is that? Can I figure that out? Right. I might be able to. It's that thing there. It is the NGC 7822 Nebula. Which is 2,365 light years away. Do that, bookmark that. Yep, it is. So we were going to do... We're going to go take a look at that maybe. Oh screw it. Let's go now. On a course, please. And there's the Crab Nebula. I never did go to the Crab Nebula. And that's... So if we went there, then we went to the Crab and then... Yeah! Okay. We're going on an adventure.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Ooh. Okay. So it's just outside Northampton. The address is on the web page. So
fuel scooping.
let me just check something. This will just take a moment, but I'm going to see if I can find my receipts for last year's tickets. Right, what's in this system? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, don't really fancy flying all that way. So we'll go for the next. Right. That'll give you an idea of price, you see. Leave card. Right. So my gold ticket last year cost me £175. And staying the Friday night as well. Let's see, that would have been 65 quid. So we're looking at about £250 for a 2-night stay and 2 nights of a convention. And it's my 4th time in a row going this year, so
Frameshift drive charging.
I would always advise people, if you can and you want to go, try and get a hotel room there, because trust me, the Saturday night some people don't actually end up going to sleep because people stay in the bar drinking and chatting and such like. No ring planets there. How many jumps is it going to be? It's not bad at all.
Frameshift drive charging.
Actually, I also now want to see what I have to say that must be the elephant's trunk. So that's the cave. Ah, that's the cave nebula. Not the crab. Sounds great, although go might be a bit pricey for me the weekend before I leave. I think I'll consider a day ticket though. By all means it's worth it. If I was going to pick a day to go, I would pick the Saturday rather than the Sunday. Yeah, I would say the Saturday rather than the Sunday. Right, so that was the cave nebula I was looking at, so crab nebula. I thought it was further out. Oh yeah. Although not a huge amount.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, the thing with going on the Saturday is at what point in the day do you have to leave?
3, 2,
There are a day ticket might well set you back 50 quid. You're in August trying to cruise around the Med, so an expensive couple of months. Wow, nice.
system scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, there's things like a travel lodge and such like in Northampton, so there's definitely cheaper ways of doing it, if you would also be interested in those.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sounds like you have a good summer plan, so that's nice. For me, between TwitchCon, LaveCon, possibly popping down to EGX, a week off in August, which is when Gamescom is going to be on, a friend's wedding, and yeah, Christmas, are all my holidays already allocated.
Fuel scooping.
You wouldn't... Ooh, skiing as well. I've never been skiing. And I've never been on a cruise ship.
Fuel
These are things that maybe I should correct at some point. Very nice though, Subsonic. Very nice. Okay. What are you? So, Pacific Planet I'm interested in, rather than scanning everything in the FSS. It's a problem. There we go. Now I can come out, check here and see if it's terraformable, which it is not. So we move on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Bright star.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, so there is a planetary body. Oh.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I wonder, maybe we'll pick up the pace a bit and try and get out there.
4, 3, 2,
It's been a while since I've just gone jumping.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Right, so we know that's just stars because it gave us that message.
Fuel scooping complete.
Ooh, pretty.
Frameshift drive charging.
They're getting brighter.
4, 3, 2, fuel scooping.
I'll just take a moment here to see if there's anything of interest. Okay.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right. Let's scan a few things. Okay. Ooh. Icy body with rings. It's kind of cool.
System scan complete.
Alright, so we come out of there, we jump back in here and we see if there's anything that looks interesting. This body is a candidate for terraforming. We want to map that. What about that body? Ooh. So both of those should be mapped. Now this one just has icy rings. It's a small system. So we are going to map the one planet, then map the other one, so we make a bit of exploration cash on this trip. But then we're just going to go and put a probe into that icy ring and see if there's anything interesting in terms of hotspots. Okay. This looks really quite cool. Really quite cool, in fact. Six probes, eh? Interesting.
Surface scanned by 50%.
I think the efficiency bonus is wrong on this one. I thought it was a bit smaller. I am laughing though at the fact that it's 89%.
Surface
There we
scan
go.
complete.
So the moon is a rocky body. Okay, so we'll also I'll map that next one. That's so cool. Huh. Come on. Faster. Okay. Another one that says it's apparently 2. I don't believe it. Strange, sometimes it seems to take days to traverse the system, and other times it happens in no time at all. You're not wrong. I think partly it comes down to where you're starting gravitationally. Ooh! It trolls me. Still within the efficiency target, but... Although at least it wasn't 89%.
Surface scan complete.
Right. So I also want to see what's the possibility that there's any mining hotspots in those rings. Hey. Distance is going down very slow. There we go, starting to see some progress. Having said that, one can admire the view. We go whooshing past. Whooshing past indeed, 10 times the speed of light. Do you think the number of stars influence the cruise speed? Indirectly. I don't think it's the number of stars itself, but I do think the fact that that means that there are more gravitational wells that will slow you down. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these two times I was dealing with small planets, which means I got really close. So I was starting off quite deep in the gravitational well when I was trying to leave. So as an example, it took a while to start picking up speed. Whereas if I come... There we go. I'll do this again. Almost straight away. Yeah, that's basically it, Subsonic. Accumulated gravitational weight. When you're in the core of the planetary system, you don't realise how far the gravity from a body will slow you down in supercruise. So, number of bodies will have an impact, but also their position in the system relative to you. Ooh. Looks a little spooky, this one. Yeah. So as a very brief example, system like this, if you've got a load of bodies in a system and they're all sort of on one side and you're in the middle of that, you will slow down a lot as you're moving between them. Whereas if they're all spread out, even though the distances are technically further, the fact that you're less affected by the gravity might mean that you are able to seemingly traverse the system quicker. Right, let's see if there are any hotspots here.
Surface scan complete.
And there are. So what do we have? Alexandrite? Yeah. What we're really looking for, you see, is doubles or overlapping ones. Void opals. Void opals everywhere. Interesting. There's something bright, but I'm not convinced it's our destination. I could be wrong. I think we take more notice of that. Does the already show your system position? Ah, yes, I believe it does. Let me just check some. Right, just for a moment. Target. No! Oh, that'll do. That's in there as well. Okay, yeah, no, that is the nebula I'm going for. So, yeah, I think it might. Yes, there's my... If I'm right, and we can check this, then I think that's my position. Yeah, I think that is where I am.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, T-Tor restart. Can't fuel here. Okay, that's just a star all on its own. So I've got the biggest fuel tank. Sorry, I've got the biggest fuel scoop I could get, and I've doubled up my fuel tank.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we really shouldn't have any problems with fuel. I forgot to see what type of star this was.
System scan complete.
Cool.
Fuel scooping.
Now we know it's all on its own son because of the system scan complete.
Scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Red dwarf. So if I just kill this. Well, that looks weird. That's what the Ori must look like. Bit tired to going to call it a night. Are you streaming again this week? Yes, I will be streaming tomorrow at my usual time of 7 o'clock. Which will probably be Elder Scrolls Online. And then after that, the earliest I'll be streaming next will be Boxing Day evening, but it might be a day or two later than that.
Frameshift drive.
So if I don't see you before, Subsonic, I do hope you have a good holiday. And I'll see you when I see you. Go here.
Fuel scooping.
Cool, I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks. I'll let you know if I pick up some locals. Cool, yeah. Actually, I said I'd start at 7 o'clock. The tickets go on sale at 7 o'clock. I'll start as soon as I've been able to grab the tickets. So it might be more 7:15, 7:30. I'll post on Twitter about that. But yes, I will be on tomorrow night. Hopefully see you then. Take care. Right. Far have we got? 86 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh. What we got?
Fuel scooping
All
complete.
kinds. We got one ring system we want to probe. And we got some things that look very suspiciously like they are worth scanning. Right.
Warning. Temperature critical.
We need to head away from the hot star. Alright, slow down and face the star, and then we will start our systems scanning. Okay. Oh, all sorts here. Of the ice world. Okay. What we got? Water world. Cool. And high metal content. What we got here then? Well, a gas giant, not the gas giant. Icy body. icy body. Okay. Here we go, another one. Ooh, yeah. Nice. Up here. That's the one we're going to want to scan. So what can I tell? On here, not a lot. Will it tell me how many rings it's got? Looks like it's got 2. And no, it won't. So, icy body. Anything else around there? Plenty here. Ooh. Could be the last one here.
System scan complete.
Okay, cool. Right, what did we get? So, not a terraformable, is a terraformable. Is a terraformable, is not, but is a water world. And we've got a metal rich and an icy pristine reserves. Okay, we may as well scan these things then. So, let's go take a look at these, shall we? Right, so this is going to be worth scanning because we know it's a terraformable world. Okay. Now we go on the back view.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Nice. That should do it. Yay!
Scan complete.
You didn't troll me, that's good. Right, and we want to scan this one, and we want to probe the rings there. Let's just check. These are icy bodies, so they can't be terraformable. So our next task is that. Right. Ooh. Okay. That really bright bit is the bit we're going for. And I am not doing the right thing because I want to be pointing now. Wondered why the light seconds wasn't going down. It's because it's light years. That may be an indicator that I'm getting a bit tired as well. So let's finish this off and we'll see how I feel. Okay. Oh, that looks cool. Does look cool. Oh. Ooh. We'll do with this one. So this is going to take a few probes.
Surface scanned by 50%.
A bit of overkill on my part by the looks of it.
Surface scan
Oh, no.
complete.
I was right. It'd be funny if I could fire the probes from here. But I cannot. So this is water world. Alright, so that's saying 7 there. Okay.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface
Cool.
scan complete.
So we have done that one as well. So now I want to go map the ring system now. Ooh. There we go, that just removes the the grid. Okay. This will just take us a moment or two. That's cool. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to probe these rings. I'm feeling it a bit myself now. So actually, in terms of rings, what kind of rings are these? Metal rich and icy. Okay. So I want to be kind of over one of the poles when we're probing rings. Just makes it all a bit easier to see. Not sure if that will hit the inner ring. No, but the first one did.
Surface scan complete.
And there are hotspots. Small by the looks of them, but hotspots. No doubles though.
Surface scan complete.
The outer ring doesn't have much. Interesting. There's a painite in the metal rich, I would assume. Okay. Interesting. It's a void open. Right, I am going to bring things to a close there. I am feeling it a bit tonight, I think. Tinnitus playing up earlier hasn't helped, but that seems to be settling down now. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will be back tomorrow night 7 PM GMT with some Elder Scrolls Online. It won't quite be 7 PM, sorry, keep making that mistake. Got some LaveCon tickets to book and they go live at 7 PM, but I'm hoping to be on by 7:30 at the latest, so I'll be on as soon as I can. And then Boxing Day or the 27th will be my next opportunity to stream. I will let people know on Twitter where I am, SilmarUK. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again sometime soon.